First concept of our new idea of game casting.
Yeah, so I was like driving around today, and I was thinking that maybe because Vin had sent me like this podcast that I was listening to.
Podcasts a lot, yeah, this last year, and like, there's so many and so many different topics. Literally, it's just people talking about what they're interested in, and then people interested in the same topic, you listen to it, you know? So, I don't know. And then, yeah, you go ahead and tell them about your idea.
Yeah, I was just like, well, why don't we mix the two? I mean, just why not? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so many people watch gaming videos just for the gaming, let alone we could almost serialize a informative / news current events podcast about just shooting the shit even.
Yeah, no, I mean, we don't have to like do like you know,
Well,
like hardcore topics all the time. We just fuck around and everything else. But
the thing is, yeah, we always kind of shoot the shit.
Right.
But this time, like, you know, if something's going on or
right,
hot topics, or we just kind of get on a rant about a certain topic, we can
opinionated piece.
Make an episode about it. Right.
Yeah, two dumbasses and their opinions on a matter of nothing, but you know, try to make it some entertaining.
You know, just when like me and you sitting on your back porch talking, debating, or you know, just talking about stuff we're interested in. You know, just do it over streaming podcast. So.
Yeah, so we're gonna gaming cast coast to coast because Vin's on the west coast in California, and I'm on the east coast in Florida. And
East coast, west coast.
Yeah, so
coming together, dropping the beef. You know, we're solving the Biggie Tupac rivalry with this gaming podcast.
Biggie Tupac.
We're ending gang violence. Like, we're basically deserve a Nobel Prize.
Right off the bat, first show.
Yeah, like it's already done. Like we already did it.
Right.
Succeeded.
We need the Nobel community to recognize.
Crips, there's no such thing anymore. That's in the past.
Right. Yeah, we brought those two together. They're now all one community.
Yeah, they're. Oh, you mean the guys who are donating their time at the community center? Yeah, they're great guys. Oh, the volunteers that always wear the blue and red bandanas? Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, they're cool. Just walk right up to them.
Hardcore team deathmatch.
Tell them they're awesome. I mean, we got to do something because you know our gaming's like mediocre at best, or at least Vin's is.
Right? Like, hey, as long as my KD is even, I'm good to go. I'm not, you know, dominating anybody. We have our moments. That's why, you know.
We're not too bad.
We can just, you know, shoot the shit, chat it up, and then, you know, if we have any good moments, that's there too.
Right.
You know, this guy don't even see me. Oh my god, I just shot 10 times and missed him completely.
That's the way Van rolls.
Well, he was running away from me, so I kind of had all day. Trying to get pistol kills.
Working on the KAR 98 now, man. Yeah. Working on the 3rd sniper rifle.
Shot bolt action rifle.
It's actually pretty quick, man. It's better than the.
I maybe used it on the campaign.
It's better than the Lee Enfield. That's for sure. Got you, bitch.
We need reinforcements.
Motherfucker right there. So, I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say that we should, you know, think of maybe different topics or you know, episode ideas. Like, I know, like right now I could go on a rant about this video I watched, describing all about the Red Dead Redemption 2 leak. Like, you know, we could have a whole. I know me and you have already gone on for hours talking about Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2, the delay on it.
I'm okay with it. I'm way okay with them taking their time.
This one's a little much. And you know what? I agree with you to an extent with the delays, but how many times has it been with this game? You know, like, if they were saying for their release date to be, oh, was it not even, it was the last fall, so it was over a year ago when it was supposed to originally come out. They delayed it for the spring. Then they delayed it again for the fall, and then now are delaying it again for the spring. It would be one thing if it was one delay, 2 delay tops.
Hi guys, it's Bomb.
It's getting to be where I'm almost scared that the game won't be ready at all. Oops, I'm sorry, that was...
I should come back in. No, it's gonna come out. Well, I mean, just...
And, you know, it looks really great. The stuff that I'm seeing for it, like, it really looks awesome. I was obsessed with Red Dead Redemption, the first one, let alone Red Dead Revolver too. I love that franchise.
Well, yeah, you introduced me to Red Dead Revolver.
Right. And then Red Dead Redemption was one game where open world with hours upon hours of challenges and everything. I did literally everything in that game. Unlocked every outfit, just everything. Like,
so you were playing like I play, which is like I want everything. Like
you did Fallout, right? Fallout, I didn't get that up there. Fallout 3, I kind of did, but this Fallout 4, I just kind of played the game a couple times, went through the storyline, but
I'm always a trophy hunter on every game, even on Call of Duty. Like, I haven't really spent any time on the trophies just because I've been worried about like unlocking everything in multiplayer. But I'd rather them take their time than just walk around the lobby, walk around the headquarters in this, and it's coming soon, and the ping issues on this, you know, and the connection issues on this, and it's just not polished. And I'd rather it be polished. I'm spending the $60.
Well, that's what's worrying me about the third delay, is that even when it comes out, it's gonna be, they're constantly gonna be trying to fix it. You know what I mean? When it comes out, it's gonna be where they're gonna have to settle on it rather than it being actual finished project. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that with it being 1 delay or 2 delays, to, you know, fix the final glitches, patch it up, make sure it runs smoothly.
Right.
It's fine. So many delays is what's got me worried now, you know? Because it's going to be such a massive game like GTA 5 open world multiplayer. If it's not done right, it'll be ripe for glitches. You know, and Rockstar does have, you know, they pretty much have it down for GTA. It runs pretty smooth.
Yeah, I mean, just depends on what they're trying to introduce, because GTA 5 still is a port from the 3, you know. Yeah, it's got whatever it's got that they had to do to it to bring it over to the 4. I don't know.
The coding is going to be the same transferred over, because a lot of the gameplay is just GTA set Western.
I'm not an overly technical guy when it comes to video games. I don't know enough coding and all that. Like some people are, they just
know enough to, you know.
I just play video games. Yeah, I know enough. You know, packets, blah blah blah.
You know, first like general idea of what it takes to get a game out.
Yeah.
You know, and we have, you know, just watching the industry and game releases that in the past that we've watched out for. Oh, watch out, Brown Star. Ooh, look at that. You know, you've been a sniping machine.
I'm telling you, this KAR is cool, man. I just started with it. I just unlocked the 3rd or 4th camo for it. I just started with it, dude. It's a pretty sweet sniper.
Well, I did pretty shitty. I should have played before, some warmed up before we started.
14. See, that's what I mean. Like, we can't really, like, oh, you know, welcome to our COD channel, and like we're COD gods.
Right.
I mean,
and, yeah, I'm not like.
we have our good gameplay and our shitty gameplay, so we might as well talk about other shit that doesn't
Hey.
Well, it pertains, but doesn't pertain. But I just, dude, if I'm spending $60 on a damn game, I want it to be what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I'm extremely old school.
Of DLC and putting the content on the game rather than having it ready and selling it for money as DLC.
Right.
It kind of can go into that conversation too about that. Like, I hate that when they come out, they already have DLC for it. It's like, why don't you put that shit on the fucking game? Like, I just paid $60 for this shit. Now you're trying to penny grab at me.
Right. I think
the most
old
successful
school.
games are the games that give you the DLC content with the updates. That keeps me playing a game more and more.
Right.
I'll trade a game in once I'm done playing the original content. And then when the DLC comes out, I don't rebuy it or, go back to it. I'm almost done with it at that point.
Right.
But if you're updating it and giving me free bonus content, that'll bring me back. That'll make me keep it thinking, okay, there's stuff still coming out for it. I want to see what's next. It's free, so why not,
Right. I mean,
I think that always is a better way to go for DLC.
Deathmatch. I'm so old school. I originally started playing video games on Pong, literally, because that's all there was. You know what I mean? Pac-Man and Pong, like that was it. There weren't systems, there weren't online, there wasn't any of that. So, where was I going with all that? I lost my train of thought. But with Red Dead Redemption, that's where I was going with it. It's got to be finished, man. It's got to be worth my time and money to spend, instead of, it's not done.
Then that goes to the argument of, I wish they hadn't tried to rush it out in the beginning. Why did they give themselves such an early release date then? If they're having to delay, they should have known that they would have to take their time with it. They almost seems like they were rushing it out in the beginning then, if you go that route. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. I mean, I'm sure there's just things in business, there's things in business that are unforeseeable. And I got to think in as complex as video games are today, that there's just got to be, unforeseeable things that once they start testing, they're like, oh, fuck. We got to go back and redo this. It didn't test out the way it should have tested out. It's not responding or acting the way that it was designed to respond or act. Or, the game keeps crashing.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still, beyond excited for it. I'm getting it. I'm waiting in line for it the second I can get it. And
oh my god, dude, I'm getting destroyed.
I know it's probably going to be a great game. And you're right, they're going to refine it, and it's going to be much better coming out then than it would if it were right now. But
we can't keep this up.
I don't know, it's just kind of disappointing in the sense of that they just set you up for it. It's like, come on, it's like already with this shit.
Well, I mean, would you rather...
It's more frustration on my end than them thinking that they should just put it out, you know what I'm saying? I was like, it's more of me thinking, oh, I wish they had it done now, rather than they should have it done now,
Well, I mean...
They set themselves up to do that to their customers. It's almost a failure on the marketing end and announcing their release date and stuff, and it's like, whatever, I love Rockstar. I'm gonna, of course, buy it. I will support, all their games. I've loved their content from the beginning. And, I get it. There's things that, unforeseeable things, but it's just like, it sucks.
Well, why didn't you run through 4 like you ran through 3 on Fallout?
Certain things, I didn't feel like the storyline and the missions had as much variety without the karma aspect, and I felt like your decisions didn't necessarily change the storyline as much, except for the key decision of supporting, one group or the other there at the end.
Was it a little rushed, you felt? even though they spent 7 years
well,
in...
I think that they not necessarily rushed, is I think that they just focused on stuff that wasn't necessarily my favorite part of the game. Whereas you built a lot of stuff, you liked that aspect. I didn't do that and really get into that aspect of it, which I think they kind of put a lot of the game into that. You know,
so
thinking that it's going to be more social and stuff like that.
Well, more of a Fallout game than what they did this time around. Is what I'm hearing.
Building.
Right, yeah, rather than the building aspect. And I know a lot of people didn't get into that. And I think I might have gravitated towards it just because I wanted it to be Fallout. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I've got to have something here.
Well, you like to tinker with stuff on, you know, collecting and, you know, putting stuff together. So I get why you enjoy that part of it. I've heard that. I haven't looked more into it, but I don't know if you know something about Bethesda is making a Fallout like a space game where you're in space.
Oh yeah, I've heard about it. The point I'm trying to make is that it didn't feel like Fallout. It didn't feel like it was really complete. Yeah. It really didn't.
Right,
I mean, to all be
saying.
fair,
Like,
I wanted it to be.
Thing.
I wanted it to be Fallout because it was Fallout because it's Bethesda, and I hadn't played since Fallout 3 or New Vegas, and I wanted it to be Fallout. I didn't care if that meant I had to build for 40 hours, you know, on the damn game to get it. I wanted it to be whatever it was, but it just didn't feel like what it should have been. It didn't feel like it didn't feel, and I'd rather, and that's what I'm trying to, you know, say as far as, you know, the what's it called, the, you know, Red Dead Redemption to be. I'd rather them spend the extra 6 months because they're running into whatever issue, make it what it should be instead of just rushing it out because I'm Rockstar and I want money. You know.
Yeah, no, I get that. Like, I can respect that decision on that time as well.
Right,
More
and
disappointment than disagreeing with their decision.
Because I'm definitely gonna really think hard the next time Fallout comes out, and I shouldn't.
Well, you know, when we played Fallout 3, it was new to us as well, and
yeah, but it lost everything in 4.
What attracted us to Fallout 3 was the complete openness and discovering all new things. So what transferred a lot of that stuff over, it wasn't new to us with Fallout 4 picking up, you know, a new item and being like, oh, what can we use this for? Like, and then
yeah,
like,
but it was still missing
like,
because I go back and I'm watching like guys that back out of this lobby once we're done. And I go back and I watch these guys that are like going back through 3 in New Vegas now. And it's like, even in 3 it had a bunch of like the Chinese soldiers, you know, and the Chinese were a major you know, there were so many Chinese parts of it.
Is there weren't as many factions and you couldn't like decide, you couldn't make as many decisions. It kind of just led you into what you were supposed to do.
It was open world linear almost.
Right, exactly. It didn't have the karma, which was, I thought, a huge aspect that it lost in the sense of, you know, you could, based on your decisions, you could lose an entire clan's missions altogether, but then you get this badass new item that helps you start new missions. So then when you go back and play it the next time, you make the other decision, and it's completely different now. You get this other item, and now you have to fight for the other thing. And
right.
I don't know. Like, I just love that. Really, every time you play it would be different in Fallout 3. Fallout 4 is not the case.
No, it's one side, or we'll pick one faction, and ultimately 3 of them were all the same. You might as well, you could just flip a coin in the air and say
domination. I was just kind of
whatever. I don't care. No, that's fine. New maps is fine. Dude, I got my ass handed to me in the last match.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. Is in the sense that
so maybe
really,
Rockstar is running into issues like that. Maybe they're going back through, and they're finding out that this idea was good, but the execution was shit.
You know, and that actually could be a great thing that they're working on, which would be really cool because Grand Theft Auto, you're just always bad. But the good thing about Red Dead Redemption is, you would kind of have, you could be an outlaw or a vigilante, so like if they go more in depth with that aspect, that would be really cool. I hope that they do that.
It's like a karma-based thing. That could be could be cool. I'm just saying, as far as
I mean, you got to think of a gunslinger in the West. Like you could go either way, and your game, like your storylines, could change so much.
That would be cool. Like it's not just this is the storyline period. Okay, no, not even hit markers. All right, rock on.
But then even with multiplayer, you could join an outlaw gang, or you could be a deputy and then work your way up to sheriff, or something like that.
Right.
That would be really cool if they did something like that. Or you could become a gang leader, or work your way up to that.
Overall polish. I just want the game polish. I don't want any coming soons. I don't want any, we'll eventually get to it, or, the executions, the idea was good, but the execution's shit, and we're Rockstar, and you'll buy it anyways. No,
and I don't believe that Rockstar is that type of company, which not like, I would say kind of to throw EA under the bus and stuff, but Rockstar does definitely strive to put out a good product, and they do it 9 times out of 10, absolutely. So, yeah, and
I'm just fine with it.
I have nothing bad to say about Rockstar, really. Like I'm saying, like even all its complaints are really just based on disappointment rather than thinking they should do it one way or the other.
COD's a lot of rinse and repeat.
Right. Yeah, definitely. They're taking what from the last and just copy and pasting a lot of stuff.
Right. Fallout was a letdown. I liked it. I did like it a lot. I
liked it. I wouldn't say I didn't like it because it was more of what I love, but it wasn't extra. It was just more of same old, and then not even really like.
They should have brought it to the next level because it was the next console, the next gen, and
that's why I think like if they had focused less on building and all that.
Building was really like towards the end. It wasn't even. I went 0, and 2. I mean, I ran around the whole map.
I don't know because they advertised. That was a lot of the trailers before it came out. They advertised a lot.
I know they advertised it, but it really was an afterthought. It was like one of the last things they did on the game. Believe it or not, But and not to down Bethesda. I like Bethesda.
I think a lot of gaming companies like. They have to upgrade the graphics. Like the graphics have to look the best. They have to look like people. With a game like Fallout, that's not necessarily the case. The graphics could be subpar, and there were always glitches in Fallout 3. We looked past it. We
totally.
Looked through it.
Totally looked past the bugs and the glitches.
That was something too. I feel like if it, because all of this is taking memory and RAM or whatnot when they're making the game. They have only so much space they can put on the disk. So if they're putting all this memory into the builds and then graphics take a lot of it as well, scale that back, so that you have more space to do karma-based missions and, making your character, doing your character builds rather than, buildings.
I almost looked at Fallout 2 in a sense of, okay, it had been 7 years since Fallout 3. Probably a lot of people that played Fallout 3 and or New Vegas probably had kids then that were old enough to start playing the game as well. And I think that they tried to make it too user-friendly as far as, like, my son was playing it. He was 14. And he didn't get most of it. He didn't get most of it even still because he's more of a COD player, whatever. But
Well, with COD 3, it got so much more notoriety with the third one, and it became something to where people it was a known game, and so when it was coming out, people were that not, hadn't necessarily been into the franchise before were excited to get it and play it. So they were, yeah, like making it for a new market and kind of downscaling the complexity of it, which was what
right.
made it what we loved about it.
Yeah, that's. I think they tried to make it too user friendly, too everybody can play the game, and he still didn't understand the complexity of it, you know, because even as scaled down as it was, oh my God,
It
dude,
still is Fallout, and there's
yeah,
still a
it's
lot of
still Fallout, and there's
customization
still a lot
involved,
involved
right?
in it,
Right.
and.
So they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that.
Yeah, and I think that's okay if you're going to try to bring in a younger crowd, a newer crowd, get them into it. What is this? Blah blah blah. But give them what it is.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
don't.
don't dummy it down for them. Let them figure it out.
Right. Even if they got, and that was the point of Fallout. You played through it 7 times, like I did. Figure it out. You know, to get that's that, and this is this, and damn, dude, my aim is way
Hold
off.
on one second.
We have the momentum.
Yeah, come here.
Dude, my door, dude.
I don't know, man. I'd rather it be polished and finished and them saying, oh, no, we're going to hold off and wait than rush it out the door. Because I think
I can't argue that point. I agree with you there. Like,
I just think so many studios these days are just trying to make the buck and trying to, you know, be the next thing, and they're all worried
well, it's
about
like they're just making the game enough to get people to buy it, and like,
right.
oh, well, I bought it because it's like, I don't know, Star Wars Battlefront's example where it's like, oh, play any, you know, customized Star Wars character, or like, and not even that, because that's not the case, but
Firing battery bomb. Target
they advertise it as like so customizable and like you can play any map and like all the moments in the Star Wars story, but then when you get it, it's very limited. Like there's 4 maps, and then there's like only so many heroes you can play as, and then it's like, well, they advertise it as this whole complete package, and then
Right.
you buy it, and then you're like, well, that's not what it is. It's like, well, you bought it, so that's all we care about.
It's more PR than anything these days, and marketing,
Right.
it seems like, than actually delivering something that's worth it. And it's almost like they're so used to, like, the game is $60. This is what we expect. This is what we're gonna
They're
get.
just trying to push
And
units. Like, yeah,
right.
we gotta opening weekend, we gotta put this many units out, rather
Right.
than after 10 years it gaining a cult following and being a game that people are still buying in 10 years,
Right.
rather than everyone buying it that first weekend, realizing it's a shit game, trying to get it back to GameStop, and then the price dropping because no one's buying it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather a BioShock. You know what I mean? Like, BioShock was awesome. You know, the concept was awesome. The game was done. You know,
So that's the thing, is the best games are risks, and
right.
the biggest game companies, you know, the bigger the company, the less risks they're willing to take.
Well, and I think that's starting to bite them all in the ass, because, like, I didn't buy the last few
Absolutely.
CODs.
That's
I just refused.
The best games that have kind of aren't like, oh, crazy graphics and like like huge budget games, but it's just a good idea that's kind of interesting that other studios aren't taking the risk on, but they put it out and the graphics are subpar, but the gameplay is amazing. Like, look at Minecraft. Look at the graphics on that.
Yeah,
Talk
yeah.
about, like, what is one of the biggest freaking games right now ever, like, and look at the graphics of that. It's all about gameplay and putting content that people are interested in, not just the graphics and the getting them to buy it. I just saw, walking through my apartment complex through the window, there's kids playing Minecraft. It's like, it has nothing to do with how it looks and the first appeal of it. Like, I can make a game look amazing with a trailer. It's like movies. They can make a trailer look so awesome and amazing. And you
Right.
go see it, and it's like, well, the best parts were in the trailer, so I already saw this. This is stupid.
Right. Oh my god, everybody's held up in this room now. Where I'm at, there's 40 of us, dude. Look at this. It's ridiculous how many are up here. And I mess with my kids about that too. That whole point of the graphics are like, they play Minecraft, and I'm just like, if I wanted to play 8-bit graphics, I'd go play Mario, like.
Well, Mario's a great game. I would still be down to play, Like,
no, it is, but you know what I'm saying,
like hold the test of time.
Right, and that
doesn't have anything to do with graphics.
That's my point too. Is that it's an 8-bit game. It's 8-bit graphics, but Mario, you would play Mario all day long. You know what I mean? But the game being not complete, not finished, not running the way it should be, full of glitches, full of bugs, that's gonna be.
A good example would be like, you're gonna play Mario all day long because it's a great game, but if your Nintendo's fucking freezing up every 10 seconds and you're having to shake it and blow into it every 10 seconds, you're gonna get up and be like, fuck this, I don't want to play. It's like it's glitching out.
Right. Yeah, I'd rather them delay, and get it handled and get it right, than have to do hot fixes every other week or updates or all that stuff, or nerf this or buff that, or
anyone younger listening probably is going to be like, why would you blow into it? Like,
the cartridge. I think a lot of people remember or get it. I mean, they all have social media accounts, so I'm sure that they've seen the memes.
Really that you kind of
There's memes out there.
Nowadays, though.
No. Oh my god.
Like, you should go ask Richie, be like, hey Richie, if you had a Nintendo and your game froze, how do you fix it?
Right.
If you put your game in your Nintendo and you turn it on and it just blinks and doesn't turn on, how do you fix it?
We go to the headquarters so I can do the supply drop.
Yeah.
And plus, I don't like finding the same people over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, I didn't do too well on that last time. I haven't really been. I guess I've been talking more than playing.
Yeah, both. Yeah, I'm not that good to where I can do both all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
My last game, I was able to pull off a win there.
Whenever we're like on fires, we're like concentrating the most, so it's hard to concentrate when in the discussion.
Right. Yeah. But I guess tell us what y'all think about the new GTA and it being,
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, it basically is GTA in the Wild West.
Right, yeah, it is. So I'm not gonna lie. Can't argue that. I gotta play the original, man. I love that game. I gotta find it. It's like you can only play it on PS4 though, is with the what is it? The PlayStation what is it? Where
Pass?
you can stream games.
Yeah, the PlayStation Pass or whatever that's called.
Which I have enough internet to do it now, so
good afternoon. What can you do for me today?
I don't know what I want to do next. 3 kills are in the resistance division. I want to rush against 25 minutes. Yeah, so I guess leave us comments below what y'all think, and like, subscribe, and tell Vin that he sucks.
Yeah, I know. Like, look at my scores. I can't argue it. You're right.
I'm just kidding.
I was even on one of the games.
Yeah, I was behind on the first 2. Yeah, I was behind on the first 2. I pulled off the last one ahead, so they commended me, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll figure more stuff out. We'll probably brainstorm again, and then I'll get my channel, or my portion of the channel. It'll be the same channel, I'm sure. My videos for the channel, so I can upload them. So like, when you're like, oh, I want to see Vinny suck so bad on that game when he was 4 and 14, you can watch me play and suck.
So, I guess till next time.
Until next time.
Be cool.
This Gamecast coast to coast.
Alright, Van, you do the outro. I suck.
We're gonna think of a good one, like, we're the ghosts with the most, coast to coast.
Yeah, keep working on that.
I know. Hey, that was the first try. Hey, I got the other helmet, the Nazi helmet with the, it looks like a Puerto Rican flag on it, but
I bet you did get the other helmet. Alright, on that, be cool.